Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Vaskatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Now I will try to read. Oh, sorry, I forgot to say the Mangalachara. Om Agyanatimirandasya Gnana Shalakaya Chakshumritamya Tasmashi Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobistam Stipitamianda Bhutale Svampropaka Damaham Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shiguru Shutapadakamam Shiguru Vishnuam Chasi Rupam Sagrashtam Sakna Raghunatam Tam Tam Sajivam Svatim Salutam Parijana Sakhitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shirada Krishna Padan Sahaganalita Shivishakan Vitam Shcha E Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurange Radha Vrindavaneshvri Vrishapanu Sute Devi Pranami Hari Priye. Now I will try also to sing the Shri Radha Madhava, Jai Radha Madhava. Just a moment to find it. Charada Madhava from Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janava Jaya Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Janava Jaya Girivardhari Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Braja Janaranjana Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Braja Janaranjana Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janava Jaya Girivardhari Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Braja Janaranjana Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Braja Janaranjana Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare So I will try to read from Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita of Krishnadas of Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami from Madhya Lila, chapter 8, where is written about Ramananda Raya, because on the on Wednesday is his disappearance day. So this chapter 8 is called Talks between Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Raya. The summary of the 8th chapter is given by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his Amrita Pravaha Bhasya. After visiting the temple of Jayada Nrsimha, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to the banks of the river Godavari to a place known as Vidyanagara. When Srila Ramananda Raya went there to take his bath, they met. After introducing himself, Sri Ramananda Raya requested Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to remain in the village for some days. Honoring his request, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed there in the home of some Vedic Brahmanas. In the evening, Srila Ramananda Raya used to come to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Ramananda Raya, who was clothed in ordinary dress, offered the Lord respectful obeisances. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu questioned him on the object and process of worship and also asked him to recite verses from the Vedic literature. First of all, Srila Ramananda Raya enunciated the system of the Varnashrama institution. He recited various verses about Karmarpana, stating that everything should be dedicated to the Lord. He then spoke to detached action of detached action. He then spoke of detached action, knowledge mixed with devotional service, and finally, the spontaneous loving service of the Lord. After hearing Srila Ramananda Raya reciting some verses, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted the principle of pure devotional service, devoid of all kinds of speculation. After this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Ramananda Raya to explain the higher platform of devotional service. Then Srila Ramananda Raya explained unalloyed devotional service, love of Godhead, and serving the Lord in the moods of pure servitude, fraternity, and parental love. Finally, he spoke of serving the Lord in conjugal love. He then spoke of how conjugal love can be developed in various ways. This conjugal love attains its highest perfection in Srimati Radharani's love for Krishna. The next described the position of Srimati Radharani at the transcendental mellows of love of God. Srila Ramananda Raya then recited a verse of his own concerning the platform of ecstatic vision, technically called Prema Vilasa Vivarta. Srila Ramananda Raya also explained that all stages of conjugal love can be attained through the mercy of the residents of Vrindavana, especially by the mercy of the gopis. All these subject matters were thus vividly described. Gradually, Ramananda Raya could understand the position of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exhibited his real form, Ramananda Raya fell unconscious. After some days, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Ramananda Raya to retire from government service and come to Jagannath Puri. These descriptions of the meetings between Ramananda Raya and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are taken from the notebook of Swarupa Damodara Goswami. So we hear here from the description of the verse 8 of the chapter 8 of Madhya Lila of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita of Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami that the topmost pure devotee Shrimati Radhika, because her love is the highest love in all the worlds. This was also written in verse 10 of Shilapadeshamrita of Srila Rupa Goswami, that Shrimati Radhika is the topmost pure devotee, and her love is the highest love in all the worlds. This is described also in many other places, books, poems, and also This is described also in Sri Sri Shikshastaka, which Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as we all know, recited, uh, have spoken in the 16th century. And for example, we we can see in every verse of Sri Shikshastaka the love of a pure devotee to the Lord Krishna, but also at the same time we can see in every verse of Sri Shikshastaka the love of Srimati Radhika to Lord Krishna, because she's the topmost pure devotee. And this love of Srimati Radhika is the highest love in all the worlds, Madanakya Mahabhava, or there are also other names for this highest love, Unata Ujvala Rasa, and other names are there also. But Madanakya Mahabhava is one of the words which describe the highest love in all the worlds, the love of Srimati Radhika to Shri Krishna. And for example, in verse 8 of Shri Shikshastaka, we can also a little bit um, a little bit understand how this love looks like. Well, of course, we cannot understand this, but we can just a little bit have some kind of beginning to understand. Okay, I don't know about you, but I myself, it's not easy to understand those things. Okay, let's see. Verse 8 of Shri Shikshastaka. You all know these verses of Shri Shikshastaka, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Verse 8. Shishvar padartam pinashtamam adarshna marmachtam krutva. Yata tadava vidatato lampato matprananatas tusa evna paraha. Shishvar padartam pinashtamam adarshna marmachtam krutva. Yata tadava vidatato lampato matprananatas tusa evna paraha. Oh, my dear Lord, you can do whatever you want. You are the Lord of my prana, of my living heirs. You will always remain my only Lord. You can do whatever you want, oh dear, oh Lord. Um, if you like, you could embrace me and make me the most happiest person, or you can, um, or with your being not present before me, um, you can make me the most and happiest one. You can do whatever you want, O Lord. You are the Lord of my prana, the Lord of my living heirs. You will always remain my only Lord. Shishvartam pinashtvam, darshnam armachtam krutva. Yatata tava vidatato lampato, mat prananatas tu save naparha. So we see what a love is that. A person who is loving in this way, a pure devotee, and the topmost pure devotee is Srimati Radhika, a person who is loving in this way, we see this person does not think about themselves at all, but this person thinks about things. This person um, just pays attention to the feelings of the beloved, to the feelings of Krishna. This person does not think about, Srimati Radhika does not think about her own feelings. She's thinking about the feelings of Lord Krishna. She wants to make Lord Krishna happy. And at the same time, she's saying, you can make me happy or not. Anyway, I love you. So this is, we can see, this is really a pure love. A pure love, the highest love in all the worlds, the love of Shrimati Radharani to Shri Krishna. And here also it is said, as we heard some minutes ago, in the description of verse 8 of Madhya Lila, not verse 8 of chapter 8, in the description of chapter 8 of Srila Prabhupada, or maybe this is not from Srila Prabhupada, this is from Ramananada Raya, maybe, descriptions. But the translation and the purpose are from His Divine Grace Abhai Naravrinda Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. And the description, in the description of the chapter 8 of Madhya Lila, Chaitanya Charitamrita, we heard also that the highest love in all the worlds is actually the love of Srimati Radhika to Shri Krishna. And Srimati Radhika is the highest pure devotee, the topmost pure devotee. Why she's the highest? Why she's the topmost one? And no any other devotee can be compared with her, with Srimati Radhika, because she is on the first place in the heart of Shri Krishna. Krishna loves Srimati Radhika more than everybody else. That's why she is the topmost pure devotee. Of course, I repeat that every time, nothing new, but still, this is so beautiful that I just cannot stop to repeat it again and again. So, okay. Now, verse 1 from chapter 8 of Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. I will begin, but I think maybe I will not read all the chapter now, but some of the verses. Okay. So, text 1. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is known as Gauranga, is the ocean of all conclusive knowledge in devotional service. He empowered Sri Ramananada Raya, who may be likened to a cloud of devotional service. This cloud was filled with the water of all the conclusive purports of devotional service and was empowered by the ocean to spread this water over the sea of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. Thus the ocean of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became filled with the jewels of the knowledge of pure devotional service. So in Sanskrit, the verse, I will try to sing it now. Sancharya Ramavida Bhakta Megye Svabhakti Siddhanta Jayamrita Gaurave Hetavir Amuna Vitirnais Tajgnatva Ratnalayata Prayati. So there is no purport here. So I will continue with the next one. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Dvaita, Chandra Jaya, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Oh, this is the Panchatattva mantra, it seems. Okay. Translation: all glories. So the translations and the purports are from His Divine Grace by Charanavrinda Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. So translation: all glories to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all glories to Lord Nityananda, all glories to Advaita Acharya, and all glories to all the devotees of Lord Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Well, it is not exactly the Panchtattva mantra because in the Panchtattva mantra there is also the name of Gadadara. Panchtattva mantras: Tashti Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Dvaita Gadadara, Shrivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. This is not exactly the Panchtattva mantra because the Shri Dvaita Gadadara, Shrivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So Shrivas Thakur and Gadadara Pandit are also there in the Panchtattva mantra. So this is not exactly the Panchtattva mantra. Okay. The names of Gadadara and Srivas Pandit are not here. Okay, this was Madhya 8.2. The next one, Madhya 8.3. Purvarite Prabhu Age Gamana Karila Jiyadandrishi Kakshitre Katadine Gela. Translation: according to his previous program, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went forward on his tour and after some days arrived at the place of pilgrimage known as Jyada Nrsimha. There is a purport from His Divine Grace by Charanavrinda Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Purport: the Jyada Nrsimha temple is situated on the top of a hill about 5 miles away from Vishakhapatnam. There is a railway station on the South Indian Railway known as Simhachala. The temple known as Simhachala is the best temple in the vicinity of Vishakhapatnam. This temple is very affluent and is a typical example of the architecture of the area. On one stone tablet it is mentioned that formerly a queen covered the deity with gold plate. This is mentioned in the Vishakhapatnam Gazetteer. About the temple, there are residential quarters for the priests and devotees. Indeed, at the present moment, there are many residential quarters to accommodate visiting devotees. The original deity is situated within the depths of the temple, but there is another deity, a duplicate, known as the Vijaya Murti. This smaller deity can be moved from the temple and taken on public processions. Priests, who generally belong to the Ramanuja Sampradaya, are the charge of the deity worship. Are in charge of deity worship. So the next one, the purport, no purport here. Next one is Madelila 8:4.
Nrsimha Dekiya
Kaila Dandava
Praname
Primave Sekaila Bahondritya Gitastuti. Translation. Upon seeing the deity of Lord Nrsimha in the temple, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu offered his respectful obeisances by falling flat. Then, in ecstatic love, he performed various dances, chanted, and offered prayers. The next one, Madhulila 8:5.
Shri Nrsimha Jaya Nrsimha
Jaya Jaya Nrsimha
Prahladesha Jaya Padma
Mukha Padma Bringa. Translation. All glories to Nrsimhadeva. All glories to Nrsimhadeva, who is the Lord of Prahlad Maharja, and, like a honeybee, is always engaged in beholding the lotus-like face of the goddess of fortune. So, purport of His Divine Grace by Charnaravrinda Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. The goddess of fortune is always embraced by Lord Nrsimhadeva. This is mentioned in the commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam, written by the great commentator Srila Sridhara Swami. The following verse was composed by Sridhara Swami in his commentary on the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 10:87:1.
Vagisha Vashyavadane
Lakshmi Yasya Vakshashi
Yasyaste Hridaye Savitandrishi Amambaje.
Translation. Lord Nrsimhadeva is always assisted by Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and he is always embracing the goddess of fortune to his chest. The Lord is always complete in knowledge within himself. Let us offer obeisances unto Nrsimhadeva. This was a translation. This is from Srimad Bhagavatam 10:87:1. So the next, I continue to read the purport. Similarly, in his commentary on the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam 1.1.1, Sridhara Swami describes Lord Nrsimhadeva in this way.
Prahlada Hridada Bhakta Vidya Vidarada Saratindoro Jivana
Parindra Vadanam Hari. Translation. Let me offer my obeisances unto Lord Nrsimhadeva, who is always enlightening Prahlad Maharja within his heart, and who always kills the the science that attacks the devotees. His mercy is distributed like moonshine, and his face is like that of a lion. Let me offer my obeisances unto him again and again. So I will stop this, and the next time I will continue with the next verse, which is Madhya Lila 8:6. So, and as said here, let's glorify Lord Narasimha. Um, let's glorify Lord Narasimha as the end of this trial to glorify the Lord. Just a moment. Let us. I want to find it. Yes, here it is. Okay. So I will again say that if I try to say something on these topics on Vedic literature, you all know I'm not qualified on such topics. I'm not trying to instruct anybody. I'm just only trying to understand those topics and to try to glorify the Lord. And of course, these my trials are just some kind of exercise because it is not really how to say the right way of how one glorifies the Lord. Um, it is a little bit like an exercise of a process to begin to understand how to glorify the Lord and how to talk the um, on the Vedic literature. So I'm not trying to instruct anybody. I'm just only trying to understand those topics. Of course, one has to try to understand the Vedic literature under the guidance of teachers, under the guidance of Diksha Guru and Shiksha Gurus. All of you who are all of you who are devotees, Vaishnavas in the line of Raganuga Bhakti, in the line of Rupanuga Bhakti. You are all my uh, Shiksha Gurus. I pay obeisance to you. Dandavad Pranam Vanchakal Patarush Paschakri Pasnupeva Japatit Nam Pavanebu Vishnavebu Namo Namaha. Now I will try to sing the Shinishimha Stuti, and as we heard from the purport of His Divine Grace Abhayacharna Vrinda Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, let's glorify Lord Narasimha.
Namaste Narasihaya Praladaladaine Hiranyakashipu Raksha Shilatankanakalaye Namaste Narasimhaya Praladaladaine Hiranyakashipu Raksha Shilatankanakalaye Ito Nrishimo Parato Nrishimha Yato yato yamita to Nrishimha Bahir Nrishimha Hridaya Nrishimha Nrishimha Madhin Sharanyam Prapade Namaste Narasihaya Praladaladaine Hiranyaka Shipuraksha Shilatankanakalaye Ito Nrishinho Parato Nrishinho Yato Yato Yamidato Nrishinho Vahid Nrishinho Hridaya Nrishinho Nrishinhamadi Sharanya Prapade Tava Karakamalavare Nakama Putashrinka Talita Hiranyakashipu Tanobringa Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Shri Nishimha Jan Nishimha Jaya Jan Nishimha Dev Prahlodesha Jaya Bhakta Mukha Padma Bringa Shri Nishimha Jan Nishimha Jaya Jan Nishimha Dev Prahlodesha Jaya Bhakta Mukha Padma Bringa Shri Nishimha Jan Nishimha Jaya Jan Nishimha Dev Prahladesha Jaya Bhakta Mukha Padma Bringa Shri Shiva Jai Shiva Jaya Jai Shiva Dev Prahladesha Jaya Bhakta Mukha Padma Bringa Jaya Nrishimhade Jaya Nrishimhade Jaya Nrishimhadev Jaya Nrishimhadev Jaya Nrishimhadev Jaya Nrishimhadev Jaya Nrishimhadev Jaya Nrishimhadev Jaya Prahlad Nrsimha Prahlad Nrsimha Prahlad Nrsimha Jaya Prahlad Nrsimha Prahlad Nrsimha Prahlad Nrsimha Prahlad Nrsimha Jaya Prahlad Nrsimha Lakshmi Nrsimha Lakshmi Nrsimha Lakshmi Nrsimha Jaya Lakshmi Nrsimha Lakshmi Nrsimha Lakshmi Nrsimha Lakshmi Nrsimha Jaya Lakshmi Nrsimha Jagannath Jaya Jagannath Jaya Baladev Jaya Subhadra Jaya Jagannath Jaya Jagannath Jaya Baladev Jaya Subhadra Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Shishi Gauranitai 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 Jaya Shishi Gauranitai Jai Gurudev Jai Gurudev Jai Gurudev Jaya Guru Maharaj Jai Prabhupada Jai Prabhupada Jai Prabhupada Jai Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Radha Madhava Radha Gopinatha Radha Gokulananda Shri Radha Radha Madhava Radha Gopinatha Radha Gokulananda Shri Radha Shyam Shri Radhe Shri Radhe Shri Radhe Shri Radhe Radhe Shyam Jai Prabhupada Jai Prabhupada Jai Prabhupada Jaya Srila Prabhupada Jai Prabhupada Jai Prabhupada Jai Prabhupada Jaya Srila Prabhupada.
Thank you so much for your attention. Hare Krishna.